I was surprised so many of you chose to have the monster in a box prop continue as a monster in a box prop and not be a static prop. So I guess we'll leave it as is. Well, not leave it as is. We're going to make it out of foam. So just like the wooden box, I'm going to make it a 16 by 16 cube. As I answered in response to someone's suggestion that I make it out of foam, it's surprising that for me, who made a freaking church pew out of foam, I didn't think of making a box out of foam. Hold everything. I got something even better than a foam box. I've got this old apple basket. Super lightweight. Made out of really thin stock. And all it would require is to attach this lid somehow to have it bang up and down. Just let it rattle around in his hands. This is just as lightweight, if not more lightweight, than the foam. No need to work in the sun when we have perfectly good shade to work in. So I've got a small hinge, which I can attach right onto here, and then that should allow this just to pop up and down. Also got a couple of small blocks that I cut and put them inside here. It's just that this wood is so thin that the screws would gonna need something to bite into. I'm kind of thinking that I could actually have like fake, say, fruit sitting in here, you know, like plastic fruit or something, so the lid would be like this and the rod would be sticking up, and then it would still bounce up and down on the fruit. I could maybe cut a circle out, sit it in, so it wouldn't have to fill up the entire thing. But then I would have, like I said, plastic fruit or something sitting on top. What do you think? Well, in the meantime, I'm going to attach this piece of wood right here. My handy awl. Now it just comes to mounting the actuator. Because this lid is so light, I don't need it to have it in front. I need it in front beforehand to give it some now this, yeah, that's it. So it'll keep the lid up like this. And I've attached the clip that this rod attaches to, and I've put it here. And that's because it's going through 3 pieces of the wood. So wanted to make sure it didn't poke through on the outside. And now all I have to do is slide the rod through like that. So now I'm going to hook up the power to it. Okay, I have it hooked up to the power. And let's see how this works. You're not going to get the slamming like you did before with the box, but you get like this little squeaky sound and it's kind of like moving all over the place. That might work. I think that'll be fine. Now I've had this hooked up to a power strip and I've been turning it on and off, like rocking this switch. And perhaps that accounts for the delay. So what I'm going to do is hook it up directly to the power cord. I think it's the nature of that switch that I had there causing the delay. Okay, now it's just a matter of attaching it to the prop. But before I do that, I think I'm actually going to paint the Cellarer prop. Okay, I've covered up all his skin with plastic bags, and I'm going to spray it now with paint. If needs be, I can always go back in and touch it up with a brush or something like that. But this should give me leeway to paint it without worrying about messing up the paint job. Paul at Mad City had the most awesome tool. You took your can of spray paint and you put an attachment into your Sawzall and it shook it up for you. I so need to get that. I can say that can of paint went a lot further than I thought it was going to. Okay. All right, before I screw that up. I think he's pretty much ready now to have the basket installed. Devil's Gate Cemetery suggested maybe putting a rope belt around them. And depending on how the basket sits, I'll do that. Alright, if you like what you see, give the video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel if you'd already do so. That way you'll be notified right away when videos like this are posted. And let me know in the comments section below what you think of the basket as the alternative to the box. Okay, thanks for watching. Jesus Christ. Okay.